Hello and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay this morning. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Also, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay. Keep the subscribership going up as the channel grows. I want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much as we work hard over here to bring you honest content and good content. Okay. I wanted to talk about Jamie Foxx. I know that I have not touched on that a lot. Jamie Foxx, I did do a video on it and I have been watching it. I have been watching it to see what was really going on. Jamie Foxx, as we all know, had a stroke. They're saying reports are that he had a stroke while he was on the set of a movie. Okay. I don't remember the name of the movie, or I don't know if it was released that he's doing, but he had a stroke and it was severe, and he had to, he was taken to the hospital. Well, we know that Jamie Foxx is still a young man. He's in his 50s, look like he's in top tier shape. And um, what baffled me is when this first happened, TMZ reported that Jamie Foxx and his family was surrounded by his family when the police was called out to the hospital that he was taken to when he initially had the stroke. Okay. And he said that he felt like someone had tried to kill him. Now, the thing about it is that TMZ, when they first reported that, they put that into the atmosphere. And I understand that TMZ is a part of that system, right? He could not be where he is if he was not a part of that system. And so they tried to, I don't know, kind of make jokes about them, about him, as if it was, like he had had a stroke and it had messed with his brain, and he was saying and doing bizarre things. That's how they put that out into the atmosphere. And you know what I find really sad is that oftentimes when you hear about celebrities, things happening to them, right? um, the media, who is owned by the power brokers, which is the rich people that run everything, um, they um, they paint a narrative. I've been saying since I was on here, he who owns the media controls the people. And I think that's why these people got into um, making sure that they bought. I'm talking about people in Hollywood bought up all of the medias, and they're all in cahoots. And what they try and do is they try and either get rid of, or um, what's the word that I'm looking for? Anybody that has truth cannot fit into that, and into their world. And the sad thing about it is you have like YouTube, which is really not that, freedom of speech. Because what I find on a lot of social medias, it's okay for a person to harass and violate. But when you have a person like Code Figure, who is a leader, that is actually trying to lead Black people on the right path, his channel is taken down. Okay. His channel is taken, people like him, his channel, their channels are taken down, but they allow garbage to leave their channels up, where um, people are just speaking about vile and, sick stuff, right? And so, um, but that's the power of the media. But when people have websites and things of that nature, and it costs to keep up websites, and they have truth, it's hard for them to keep it going. Okay, because oftentimes it's hard to, people don't want to go pay for correct information. They just, oftentimes they don't want to do that. But back to Jamie Foxx. I was talking about the power of the media, right? And how the media paints a narrative. And what they're doing now is they're starting to buy vloggers and things of that nature who would actually should be the leaders of tomorrow, that shouldn't be controlled because they built up their own fan base. If you got hundreds of thousands of followers, you've built that up if you haven't bought it. And you could, if you knew how to market that, you could really go on yourself and make your own money. But oftentimes, when people start to build a lot of traction, they will go to those people because they start to get the ears of a whole lot of people. So they have to hurry up and buy them. And it's sad, oftentimes, people sell out and they start painting false narratives, right? And so I was talking about that because when people that have been in Hollywood and that have been exiled or had a come to Jesus, and they start talking about what goes on in Hollywood, okay, they start to paint a picture of them, depict a picture of them being crazy. Okay, we saw what happened with Martin Lawrence. We saw what happened with Dave Chappelle. Now we see what's happening with Jamie Foxx because the word is TMZ did report when he initially taken to the hospital before he slipped, they're saying, into a coma or whatever. He said that he felt like somebody had given him something and tried to kill him. Well, if he said it, I'm sure he knows, right? But because TMZ is a part of that system and they're funded by the rich power brokers to paint a narrative, they would try and make it seem like that Jamie Foxx is crazy. Because, see, they didn't know if he was going to actually come up out of that coma again or whatever and start, telling about what has really happened and what has really been going on in Hollywood. Because Jamie has a really big following, so he really is a threat to them. So they used TMZ to paint a picture of him being out of his head. Okay. And they lightweight did it. Okay. So if he wake up and he start talking about what really goes on, they'll really make him seem crazy like they did, Dave Chappelle, Michael Jackson, all of these people. This is what the media does, right? It's sad. That's why I say it's sad when people get a platform, especially our people. They don't search, try and put the truth out there. They go with whatever is going to get them numbers and money. And most black people, because especially if they never had anything or been used to nothing, they feel like if they get a following, now this is my time to try and bash other people. And that's why you don't see them around long, because that karma hits them in the forehead, right? And so back to Jamie Foxx, so TMZ immediately started trying to make fun and make people think that Jamie Foxx was out of his head. Now, there has been a lot of different rumors about what is actually going on with Jamie Foxx, but I tend to believe that it's something fishy, and I kind of believe what was put out in the very beginning. Okay, about Jamie Foxx. They said that him and Diddy was into it. Okay. Now y'all just walk with me. Okay. They said that he and Diddy was into it, and he exposed some stuff that was supposedly going on at a party that Diddy had. Y'all know he have all those weirdo parties. And okay, and it pissed Diddy off. He allegedly talked about some funny stuff. Diddy getting down with the get down with the same sex. Okay. But now I don't understand. I guess it's because of the caliber of star that Jamie Foxx is. I guess Diddy don't mind when somebody he feels like does not have a large following talk about him. But I guess if it's a Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx is a black man, because Diddy, we don't hear about Diddy trying to ruin white people. It's always black people, right? Um, I guess because of the caliber of star that he is, if this happened allegedly, then I guess Diddy would have a problem with it. Although everybody and their mama talk about Diddy likes men. Okay. And so let's go back to when, I'm reminded when people try to say, well, no, We don't believe that. I'm reminded of all of the artists, right? That that was on Bad Boy Records talked about how Diddy financially raped them and all of the evil things that he did to them. So let's not talk about that's beneath him, okay? Because nobody really had anything to say about Diddy. And it pisses me off so bad when folks go, well, them the ass kisses. Well, Diddy had gifted them a chance. Well, when you give somebody a chance, you supposedly giving them a chance so that they can better their lives, right? So that they can better their lives, so that they can take their family, be able to provide for them family and be wealthy, especially if they have a talent, a gift, right? But people talk about what he had gifted them with opportunity and they ain't got a damn dime. People get on my nerve. Keep the fame. Well, he had put them before millions. What good is it if they ain't got a damn thing to show for it? Right? And so I can understand how a lot of people are bitter about him pimping their talent, running them ragged, then turn around and taking all of their money and blackballing them so nobody else will even want to work with them. That's evil on a whole nother level. How you gonna stop a man from eating? Especially if God has given him a gift. How you gonna do that? That's evil, right? I'm reminded of Albie Shore, and I looked on the internet. Okay, Albie Shore has a daughter, a son with Kim Porter, which was Diddy's baby's mother, and he was married to Kim Porter, and their first son, her first son Quincy, okay, was his is Albie Shore's son. Now I look for it everywhere. They said Albie Shore was on because I thought he was too when before, this was a while ago. I look it has been scrubbed, okay, where he was I thought he was on that good cocaine too. When he was posting on his social medias that Diddy had people tapping into his network, how Diddy had people tapping into his phone. We see now that they do that. We see that now on here, right? We see it now what they doing on here. That when they with some of these vloggers, these vloggers think that they're untouchable, tapping into hiring folk hackers to tap into folks' networks because they work for these company, these record labels, right? And these record labels use them to think that they are doing a scare tactic, right? And so what they do is the record label hires the networking engineers and hackers and things of that nature because these motherfuckers ain't got shit. So just like the investigator said, it is a machine behind it, and that's what they do. I.e., that's what Albie Shore said, right? Albie Shore said that Diddy was doing that to him long before it became popular on YouTube, right? And so nobody believed him. We all thought he was crazy. Okay, we all thought that Albie Shore was crazy. But people are forgetting that Albie Shore just recovered from a stroke. He just recovered from a stroke. He had a stroke. He was putting into the atmosphere uh, a lot of stuff that Diddy was doing, and he even said that Kim Porter was killed, and he believed Diddy did it. Okay. Now I want to just read to y'all a little something. Okay, a little something. It says, according to a recent Instagram post, Albie Shore doesn't think she died of an illness. He thinks it was a homicide. During the video, he was visibly distraught as he cried along to an R&B song. See, what people do is they'll sit up and say Albie Shore crazy. When Albie Shore had been trying to tell y'all what Diddy was around here doing. And we thought he was just an old R&B star who was cute and had a hit back in the 90s and 80s. And he had fallen off. But he had been saying it. But I'm willing to bet you a lot of them people that had been around Diddy and knew how he got down, okay, knew he was telling the truth. Now, let me just say this. A lot of people talk about Jaguar Wright, and we know Jaguar Wright is mentally ill. Jaguar Wright, when I believe that she was not lying on him. A lot of the stuff that she said was not a lie. I can't say all of it was the truth. But what they did was they messed around and put somebody up under Jaguar Wright, because this is what they do, to show all of the time when she's off of her meds and things of that nature, to destroy her credibility. Now people think she's just batshit crazy and that they don't believe anything. They say this is what they do. They immediately get about trying to discredit anyone that has and knows truth. So that's why with this Jamie Foxx situation, people don't need to dismiss what TMZ put out in the very beginning, and that was that Jamie Foxx called and made a police report because he felt like somebody was trying to kill him, and I believe it. I believe it. If Jamie Foxx feel that way, it is because he know. I'm reminded of when a lot of these celebrities, like I used to love to Corey Haim, those Corys. Y'all know they was real popular, License to Drive and um um all those movies that they used to be real popular. And I think Haim is dead now. He overdosed, but Corey Feldman, he was very funny. Corey Feldman wrote a book talking about Hollywood and how Hollywood did them as children. And he said the number one problem with Hollywood is and always will be is pedophilia. Okay. When that boy put that book out, he said that folks was they tried to run him over. They had a car follow him trying to run him over. This is the type of stuff that they do. This is the type of weird stuff that they do. But the thing that is so sad to me is that now Black people feel like it's cool. I got the power. I got to be like the white people. That's why they knock their motherfucking asses off. When they don't need them no more, they go get sprung and go and mess up them folks' money. Because see, they don't do nothing but give Black folks loans to give them the illusion of power when the Black people are the ones that's got all the damn talent. Okay. But somehow they able to trick them into them 360 deals and things of that nature and give them fame, because fame is not affiliated with wealth. So they trick Black people into taking out somebody like Young Dolph or somebody that can actually help to usher you in the direction of getting some true wealth. And they'll use a cuckabug head nigga to take somebody out like that could help to lead their whole community out of bondage. I've been saying this forever. They've been doing it since Dr. King, Medgar Evers, Minister Farrakhan, all of those great people. They use somebody with the help of a cuckabug head Negro, a handkerchief head Negro, to take out leaders. All because they jealous. Well, I took that nigga out because he was getting all the gas. You cuckabug head nigga, you ain't even got a pot to piss in. And God brings somebody into this world to raise them up, to help to bring our people out of bondage. Whereas even if you don't see it, because it ain't about us, it's about the people that come behind us. And you have to take them out because you jealous. Okay. So that's why it's not hard for me to believe that someone was trying to unalive him. Okay. As a matter of fact, I believe every bit of it. I believe Diddy, because there's a pattern of it. I look at patterns. 1 + 1 ain't 3. Okay. If there is a pattern of it from the same people, then doggone it, if it crawls like a snake, as my grandmother used to say. My grandma used to say, oh, okay, so, because my grandma was real smart alecky. That was a strong woman. I missed it. I love that lady so much. She used to say, oh, okay, so if it crawls like a snake and slithers like a snake, it's a barracuda. Okay, you think I'm a fool. And she said, oh, you don't think I'm a fool. You think I'm a damn fool. Okay. Now, if it crawls like a snake and walks like a snake and slithers like a snake, it's a damn snake. So there is a pattern of this man giving these folks something, you know, to try to take them out. Diddy is very popular in Hollywood because he gets up under the right people. You don't ever hear about Diddy being in tour with no white folks. He ain't gonna take out no white people. He ain't gonna even pay no cuckabug head to go take out no white people. What he gonna do is he's going to always, as he has always done, which is why they give him so much favor, keep his very own community in bondage. And that's the reason why God got a special place. Well, God ain't. There is a special place in hell for him, but God got a special ass whooping for him because you're gonna get it back before you go. My grandma used to always say when people would get their paybacks back real quick, because see, God ain't waiting no long time to make people pay for the wrong that they're doing. People have gotten too comfortable in doing evil. And so God ain't making them wait no more. Folks don't even understand. They going through and they don't even realize why they going through. The devil's is so is trying to attack me and my family. The devil is a liar. You know, that's what they try to get churched in after they done got all types of hell in them. Then ran their husband off because they bitter and crazy as hell. Then ran their wife off. They, just making everybody life a hell. The devil is a liar. No weapon formed against me. They start quoting all them scriptures, and I be looking at them sometimes saying, "No, you a lie. You reaping what you sow, you devil." See, everything ain't the devil. Y'all, some of y'all get the devil too much credit. Some of this stuff, folks, is reaping what they sow. They paying for the dirt that they've done. And the devil, I'm taking my husband back. You done quoted everybody husband in the United States. And now you sitting up quoting scriptures because you feel like some yours stepping out. No, you just reaping what you sow because you're going to get it back. And that's why I know Diddy has done dirt his whole life. I don't even see him living all way over in his 60s. Not healthy. Because Diddy has ruined a lot of lives, and it is because he feel like he got white power brokers behind him. It's something about when cuckabug heads feel like that they got white power brokers behind them that's backing them. They go crazy in their community. Oh, they gonna fear me. Black folks always want somebody to fear them. They always want their own race to fear them. You better not tell what. Well, why don't we go over here to the white people's neighborhood and terrorize them? Nigga, I'll kill you. You talk about going over to the white man's neighborhood. I'll kill you. You'll say that, but you'll go break into Sister Lula house, and she 90 years old, and beat and rob her. Okay. You can't get black people. You ain't gonna hear Diddy going up against no Iranians. You can't even get these niggas who be all on this heroin. Okay? They be all on heroin and fentanyl at the same damn time. That's Ezekiel type crazy. Okay? Ezekiel crazy ass didn't run his ass up in no Iranian shop, even with them giving him a bad drug and being out of his damn mind. He knew better. These niggas try to talk about I was on alcohol, I was on drugs. Nigga, you skip right over the Iranians that stay open all night. And went in and broke into somebody that was 60, 70, 80 years old house and beat and robbed them, but the Iranians was open all night. I'm not promoting that, but I'm just saying, I'm telling you how these cuckabug heads is. It's my community. I can talk about us because it's something wrong with us. Man, let's go rob the Iranians. Oh, hell no, man, because them Iranians gonna get that machete out on your ass. You come up in there with some guns, they feel like it's death before dishonor. You ain't taking none. We got a damn missile. We got a bomb. I'm gonna drop this motherfucker up in here. We all gonna die, and I'm going to get my virgin. Oh, we got to get up out of here. They don't go mess with the Iranians. Sprung and all, brain fried and all. They done been in the meth house for 7 days. Ain't got a brain cell left. But them niggas know not to go up in there with them Iranians, but they'll go and destroy their own community. Okay? So God is going to get a lot of these people back for the evil that they do. and Diddy been doing evil. He don't go and destroy outside of the black community. Any white person that he might have signed, as a matter of fact, he didn't sign a lot of white people because he wasn't gonna get away with taking advantage of them. The closest he got to white was some Puerto Ricans. They closer, they closer to black than anything. He could get away with doing that. Okay. Because they kind of treat the Puerto Ricans because they too close to black like they do us. Okay. As a matter of fact, they really is black. Okay. But they say Jamie Foxx has entered, okay? And I wanted to play this. Y'all know I get sensitive. Y'all know how I get. But that's just how I am. They say he has entered rehab. Let's go and talk about that because y'all, I get carried away. All of the new subscribers, that's how we do it over here. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay.
News about Jamie Foxx, who appears to be well on the road to recovery, improving by the day, and he's certainly in the right place.
So we know earlier this month, Jamie was transferred from a hospital in Atlanta to a facility in Chicago.
This is considered one of the best rehab facilities in the country.
Although the exact nature of Jamie's medical emergency was never released, we know this particular facility specializes in stroke recovery as well as rehab for brain and spinal cord injuries.
And what we got back from people who are involved in this is he's recovering well.
We saw some of his family members visiting him over the weekend. We saw both of his daughters.
There's Corinne and there's Annalise, who had her guitar, so probably a little jam session with Dad. A good sign.
Last week, his daughter said that he was out of the hospital playing pickleball. This facility has adaptive sports, so that's probably what she meant by that.
Probably adaptive pickleball?
Yes, smart guy. Presumably, you don't have to play with pickles. You can use gherkins or kumquats, depending on your skill level.
Aren't you more nervous with this kind of news without seeing him still?
Why wouldn't you show a photo? It's just so different because we saw what Jeremy Renner went through and he's documenting it.
Not everybody chronicles things like Jeremy Renner did. He doesn't owe us that. Connecting the dots, there's some good news. Fox announced yesterday that he and his daughter are going to be doing a game show next year. Fox is not going to make a deal with him, I would assume, if they don't believe that he's certainly not going to announce it.
It's strange he's making deals from rehab, though, as well.
I think that's good news.
That's a good sign, yeah.
Keep wheeling and dealing, Jamie. We'll see you soon.
You see how they putting out good promo about him now? You know, at first they was talking about he was out of his mind when he was saying them folks gave him something to try to kill him. Now that he has let them know he gonna play along to get along, ain't gonna talk about Diddy getting booted no more, which everybody in their damn mama already know. Okay, and ain't nothing wrong with that, with Diddy doing that if that's what he prefers. But Diddy likes to emasculate and annihilate other black men. He likes to get these men that ain't into this stuff. Okay, it gives him yes, indeed, God gonna get him. He gonna whip his ass cat raggedy. Okay. And it's a damn shame that a lot of these men get on their knees. They know when these folks get used to their lifestyles and stuff. That's why you have to be like a Shaka Zulu. Okay, that's my favorite movie. You have to be like King Shaka. You got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. All these folks on their knees and want to, a lot of them and want to have a ding-a-ling in their booty. If that's what you into, that's fine. I ain't mad about that, but you don't do it for no money. I got an issue with somebody letting somebody annihilate them for money. And that is what he is doing. Okay. But now that Jamie Foxx has let it be known that he gonna play along to get along, they're giving him good press. They're giving him good press. He ain't gonna talk about Diddy no more. The black people just can't talk about him. I was looking at a white vlogger talk about he was at a party. Okay. And that Diddy was at the party and it was at a mansion and he walked in and he said, I walked in and we started walking through the mansion. Now, this was a gay vlogger. Got a whole big following, a lot, millions of followers. And he said, I walk into this room and Diddy is in this room with a robe on and Diddy and this guy is spooning. He said, Diddy is definitely gay. He said, then later on, he was on the Wendy Williams show or something, and he goes, "Do I know you?" And I told him, "Yeah." I reminded him of the party, and he goes, "Oh yeah." But I bet you he wasn't going. That white man got on his vlog with millions of people and said it did it ain't gonna go after him. He's white. But black folks, he giving them drugs and making them have strokes and things of that nature because they can do that. They do have stuff that can. They work with these scientists and stuff, but he know not to go outside of his community. He do it right within his community, destroying his community when he know damn well everybody know he like boys. Even that girl he would know it. Okay. So y'all, prayers to Jamie Foxx. I'm glad that he is at a rehab in Chicago. Okay. I hope that he makes a full recovery and stay away from, it seemed like to me he going on back into the Hollywood world. If this shit is true, what they claiming is true. I think it's a bunch of baloney. But I don't know what kind of bills Jamie Foxx got. You know what I mean? Rich people have to consistently make money to keep up their lifestyle. Okay. I saw his mansion. I don't know if it's paid for, but he got bills to pay, right? And they ain't no little bitty bills. Okay. So, but like I said, we're just gonna pray for him. And yes, I do believe that somebody was trying to take him out. Like I said, Albie Shore just recovered from a stroke. And before that stroke, they've scrubbed that off. He was talking about how Diddy was having people follow him and tap his phone and all of that. And we all thought he was crazy. Okay. Then, well, as a matter of fact, right before he had the big stroke, when he was in the hospital, like Jamie Foxx, he was saying that Kim Porter was killed. And he believed Diddy did it. Then he had a stroke, and they say he was deathly ill. And he's still trying to recover. Okay. So I'm putting Diddy. When I get off here, I'm getting on the 24-hour prayer line because I have to get on the 24-hour prayer line for these devils anyways. Okay, we've been praying on these devils. Diddy name going into the prayer box. Either God gonna change him, he gonna change, repent and change, or God gonna take him up out of here. I think it's a darn shame, and I'm not wishing that on him, but I think it's a darn shame when people are so evil that they want to, exert power all the time. You're gonna do what I want you to do, or else, okay? And so we putting that into the atmosphere for God to deal with these people, okay? All right, but our prayers and stuff going up to Jamie Foxx for a full recovery. And I know some people gonna say, but you don't know if Jamie was a saint. Hell no, I don't know if he was a saint. But what I do know is ain't nobody got no right to give him nothing to try to take him out because of what he say. What in the hell these folks get off thinking they can kill somebody or play God because somebody says something they don't want them to say? These folks got life messed up. All people that think like that need to be dead. Lord, forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's how I feel. You can't take nobody up out of here and think you could play God because they said something you don't want them to say. And we want them unalive the God's way. Because God is a God of vengeance. Okay. I'm gonna do a live and talk and put some scriptures on here or when God whooped some folks' asses cat raggedy or either took them up out of here because they refuse, because he'll say, if you don't repent, if you don't stop doing what you're doing, I'll turn over a reprobate mind, which means he ain't gonna hear no prayer. See, people don't talk about that type of God, okay? He is a God of vengeance. And he says, when I get them back, you're gonna see me get them back. And so we're gonna start tapping into that, because you could tap into that with the right folks now, the right people that's praying. I ain't talking about no people in no witchcraft, because witchcraft don't override God. Okay. I'm talking about when you right, you got to be right, and that person is wrong. And you watch and see what God does. And what these people doing is evil. They're taking out folks because they ain't doing what they want them to do. Folks are mentally ill. I know a lot of them on drugs. But the ones that ain't just want power, and they, I guess they put themselves in a godlike position, okay? And they ain't God. So this stuff got to stop. But we're gonna be praying for Jamie Foxx, and I'm happy that he's at the rehab in Chicago, and hopefully, this is a rumor about him and Diddy, but it sounds about right. It sounds about right, because they say he feel like when people get ready to expose him, that's black. We got to make sure we say that's black, because he don't touch nobody white. He feel like he's supposed to unalive him, and God ain't pleased with that. Okay. Anyways, blessings to Jamie and his family, and we pray that he recovers. But anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App, okay? You can support the channel via Cash App, okay? I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you so much. I'll talk to you later.